you have the U1 and Dolia combo. It's all up to Chami 1 Tradition.
Are you giving them a gimme in the sense that like, oh yeah, we're up 2-0, we can let them win a
but the
game, we can play with our food.
Just kidding.
This is game 3 of the best of 5 series between Blacklist International and Bigetron by Vitality here. Chantel, Holler, take the stage.
Game number 3, a potential win for Blacklist International. This could be it against the Indonesian team. BDR by Vitality. A lot of folks coming in. We saw Zankyu taking the camp against the Blacklist Just Cheat. So this is how the story will go for this game.
And
It depends on how they will kind of negate each other's jungling pattern.
Yeah, it will be huge, right? Justy will, again, just constantly be in his own jungle. And this is where Neil really needs to make that impact. Not only does he need to be invading, taking things away, contesting from Justy, but those outside lanes, he needs to be on point because, again, if they lose the early game, Bigetron will really struggle.
And it's not normal that we see my Shiranui to be somehow having a hard time early game. So as much as possible, you want to be aggressors for this game. Blacklist International just taking it slow, which is very effective. Game number 1. Game number 2 now for BTR. They want to set up a play out of top lane.
Oh, they're deciding to go for that. The duel is death right at level 4, and it looks like they're going to get first blood, finding Justy. What a juicy target.
Yup, but definitely, and it is Just G. So for BTR, as long as they continue that aggression against Just G and the rest of Blacklist International, they can potentially stretch this game. Because for Blacklist International, if sometimes Just G is being delayed in the early game, they are having a hard time to kind of stretch the game. So that is what's happening. For this, Zankyu's been consistent. We call this the Peppa Pigs, consistent on that area.
Yeah, and they'll take all of those in one Bigetron right now with a nice little rotation. And it's all about the farm, all about Zankyu. Let this man get going. Neil putting that pressure on. This is what he needs to do as well. And now Goldenkai, look at how low he is. He's got to feel a little uncomfortable.
Yep, definitely. Very different dynamics from game number 1, game number 2. And the good thing is that for Blacklist International, at least there is a support at the bottom lane, and take note that Anil is already at level 4. Same goes with Dragon, so they need backup damage here at the bottom lane because most cases or most parts, it is BDR trying to push them back.
As they should, right? It's all about that early game, taking things away from Joshi, right? He really made them pay. Obviously, he's a much slower style. The Agudo, he's going to be looking to slow siege. And it's pretty much all about the space for Goldenkai to get that farm because he is, again, your late game hero.
And for BTR, they know that he is the threat for Blacklist International. So the focus is really on his side. Now, things are getting a bit slow. It is expected since we have a different dynamics in terms of the hero composition. What's really nice is that for Neil, he's not really giving that much of information in terms of the positioning, but gives that pressure that maybe there is a buy around the area.
Yeah, and if he's not in the mid lane, all the side lanes have to be worried. Like they need to play defensively, ensure that he doesn't get that jump in. But it's more about clearing this wave, making your way downtown into the bottom lane, putting pressure there because it opens it up for the Tyrant potentially.
But if we talk about now the range or area of effect the skills has for both a Goldenkai's hero and even Zan's hero, I think for this, it is a lot easier for Zan to land those skills during a team fight. Again, the positioning of Neil is on point. So just imagine if you have a squishy player, a squishy hero that will be walking around the area. That is a potential kill already for this Mai. And again, for the side of BTR by Vitality, they're just continuously farming. They are just continuously looking forward to other possible threat from Blacklist.
Yeah, and Bigetron right there, clearly taking that Tyrant with that space and that vision that was provided by Neil. You're feeling and you're seeing exactly how much impact he's had. He's waiting in the wings, looking to ambush, again, just contesting. This is what you want to do on a mine.
Yep, and for Blacklist International at this moment, you have the timers. This type of lineup is effective for a specific moment. So they're just waiting for those items. Speaking of items, Goldenkai has one. So BTR by Vitality, they're just keeping them at bay as much as possible, taking that Reaver side and giving not enough information against Blacklist. I'm really looking forward on that matchup between Tough Z and even Chami 1 because this is a very different hero composition or hero skill set that they're using.
Yeah, Chami 1's looking to be jumping the back line, finding potentially Neil's on Orms, and any of those guys will be great for him. While on the other end, you're looking for Tough Z, where, again, Blacklist International group up, have that perfect Razor Cavalry like he's looking to do. 2, finding Golden Kite, the heroic charge, pushing him away, and Zan will take Golden Kite down.
What a play for the side of BTR by Vitality at the bottom lane. So it all started with a knock-up coming in from the Sakir. And from Ormston, and Dragon could be a kill, or could be killed by BTR at the bottom lane. Anyway, Blacklist International a bit struggling on how to kind of find a groove against the aggression
Oh,
of
they find the
BTR.
Ruined with that pushback and the damage, but Champion 1 with the flash and ZanQ not letting him go. And Champion 1 duel the death. ZanQ says, I will take that one to go.
You know what? BTR at this moment is just all over the place. Having a Blacklist International caught off guard for every moment, and they're just maximizing any bush that is around the map. After every kill that they get another objective, so they're just continuously limiting the resources, hence the lead. 1.5k gold lead for BTR by Vitality. For Blacklist International, they've been this from game number 1. They could and have a comeback as long as those crowd controls.
Tough. Looking for the Razor Cavalry, not able to get the pushback though, and not able to find some sort of catch. Bigetron attempted, they shot their shot, but they missed.
I'm just not... Okay, here's the items. Oh, okay, there is a huge lead for the farm laners. We have 3.9k for the Marco Polo and you have 4.5k for Zan. So this is kind of huge. So for Blacklist International, the action that they will do is to group up and
Oh, the
force
Mulberry
a
Power.
team fight.
Neil with that pushback, finding Joshi in a bad spot. The Furball used defensively. He has the shields, but here comes Tufts, taking him down. But ZanQ has already been killed as well. Tufts with a nice 3-man push, finding Chaz, and Tufts now running for his life. He's got a double. He's going to look to just go, but it looks like Zan finding Dragon as well. 3 members down, trading away ZanQ.
BDR with a counter push against Blacklist International. All along we thought that Blacklist International was winning the team fight, but for BDR, again, it's all about longer layering of skills in team fights, and at that moment, it was just them. For Blacklist International, it was a Golden Kite that was taken down, so there was no one that can do those damage per second against them. So they're just waiting for another item to have Golden Kite as much as possible be the lead damage dealer for the next team fight. A huge lead for a 7-minute game time, 2.9k for BTR by Vitality.
Yeah, but Golden Kite on the Marco Polo, it just takes so much time and farm, and he's
Probably
really
around
not
10.
online. He really cannot be fighting. So Blacklist International, if anything, they need to kind of create a little bit more space elsewhere, because he's died twice already, further slowing him down. If you're looking at this lineup, he is the guy that needs to stay alive to do that damage.
And because of the dynamics, I would say for Blacklist International's lineup, a lot of areas around the map is being opened. We could see ZanQ around the top lane. So this is where the story, again, we're in as much as possible. If you want to limit the threat from the other team, you need to cover all areas. But for Blacklist side, the sides aren't really that much covered.
Yeah, like how do you cover them? You need that vision. You need to
fighting
provide. I
time.
mean, look at how Bigetron have just kind of pushed people ahead. It's like somebody wants to go, no way, I'm going to take a Tyrant.
And there's no initiative yet from Blacklist International, probably because for BTR, they're not giving that opportunity for them. So Blacklist International a bit struggling on how to go for, again, a counter initiation against BTR. And talk about the vision. We have Ormston there, and the rest of the players of BTR just hiding around the bush. So if you're Blacklist International, your vision is limited, but at the same time, you don't know where the players of BTR are.
And that's why Blacklist International cannot really attempt an initiation, because the map is so dark for them, and now this Crimson Golem is looking to potentially be taken away as well. ZanQ with that steal, he's just going to smite it and walk away.
3.2k gold lead. So far, this is a clean execution for BTR by Vitality all throughout the game. Blacklist International, they're grouping up for that one big fight that they need, but the Guanyu is always at the back. So Chaz is also ready just in case there is a team fight for them. But the Chami one is being stopped by a Top Z, by the way. They're trying to defend this mid lane turret as much as possible. The minion wave at the bottom lane has been flowing all throughout this season.
Yeah, but that mid T1 is probably a better, more key strategic one. Obviously, the bottom T3 is definitely higher, but keeping that one alive is going to slow this game down even more. I mean, it's not even 10 minutes. You do not want to lose that T1 mid.
So 10 seconds before another objective is up for both teams. We have Neil again using this bush as efficiently as possible. So for Blacklist International, having or finding that standing ground against them. So just cheat with a furball, finding enough area for them.
Yeah, I mean, that mulberry power with more of zoning, but this is the first Shadow Tyrant. Again, Justy waiting in the wings. Does he have enough gall to potentially go for yet another steal? He's been getting steal after steal in the series, but now the duel that they decide to turn, they find it onto Justy, and Tough not able to find the right avenue, but they find Cammy 1, and more importantly, they take the Shadow Tyrant. But now it looks like they're going to be continue sieging onto this mid T1. They're still doing a little bit of damage, finding Furball, but they're sticking around. They want to go for the Crimson Golem as well.
Blacklist International being totally shut down by the players of BTR by Vitality, securing that objective as well. So mid lane is still standing for Blacklist, but for BTR, man, they are on a roll on this game, even having Nail at 1-0-4, and there's no real player from Blacklist International that could stop Amai.
Oh, they're going in. Zaku with the Dolphins, that's finding the Furball with a nice 3-man stop, but Neil limping away. Bigetron right now continuing on. They've got the chase, and they've gotten Justy.
We've mentioned about Neil being unstoppable for this game. We almost forgot about Zan. I mean, there's Augin at 3-0-3, and I think for Blacklist International, they're a bit struggling in a longer team fights. Yes, they have the sustain, but the initiation isn't there, or even a counter initiate against the BTR. So with a 4.9k gold lead around 11 minutes, this is massive for BTR by Vitality. And if you look at the items, you have the reverberation, the usual or typical items, but you have 3 core items for the long. Take note, you also have the items for the Musashi. So Topsy and the rest of the players are expected to just wreak havoc against Blacklist.
Just way too much at this point. That lead is starting to grow even further. I mean, the top T3 potentially under siege. I mean, Chaz is just pushing them away as the rest of Blacklist International just trying to hold on. Have that wave clear. Again, we need to extend the game because Golden Kite is not online.
Of course, Golden Kite is a 1-2-1, but at the same time, there was an early limitation or early restriction already in terms of a laning phase. So safe to say for BTR, they are in the lead because of the laning phase. And again, the usage of the positioning. Look at Ormson and the rest. Even Neil, just in case one player from Blacklist International would try to somehow farm on the camps. So BTR right now just controlling the map against Blacklist.
Look at this is such a tough situation for Blacklist International. Literally fighting for like whatever scraps they can find in the jungle, seeing what Bigetron has not taken away from them. So this is the lead is gonna go further in favor of Bigetron and make it worse for them.
There's no breather for
Blacklist
International all throughout the game. I think this no breather started around 5 minutes of the game, probably around 7 minutes. So for BTR by Vitality, they're doing a great job stopping the potential of a Blacklist International. We have the Vanguards marching in on all the areas of the map, particularly the bottom lane. So for Blacklist International, they could replicate the same defense that BTR by Vitality did on game number 2. I mean, they're just waiting for those items. It's just that it's really hard for an engage knowing that their position is going to be predictable given the fact that they only have this high ground towers.
Zaku being a little bit cheeky, still up in front, trying to bait somebody to get out of position because Tufts was waiting in the wings, but they find Dragon, they get the pick, and Zan with these flaming palms and his ability to get back to safety, and now they want to go for more. They're going to try to go onto Chammy 1. The duel is then on to 2 with that nice little pushback and the 3-man stun, and just like that, Bigetron taking 4 members down. Golden Kite is the only man standing. Can he somehow hold?
That's it. I think that's it for the side of a BTR.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be it. Bigetron just shutting him down. I mean, yes, they got stopped, but more importantly, the Crystal go in the way of Bigetron here, and they take game number 3.
BTR by Vitality stretching this series into a game number 4.